You're listening to Michael Patrick Shiels, radio stations across the state of Michigan, and very pleased to be with you right here. Tony Daunt is joining us now, the Honorable Tony Daunt, Executive Director of the Michigan Freedom Fund, member of the Michigan Board of State Canvassers. Happy Firekeepers Casino Friday to you, sir.
Well, good morning and happy Friday. Another one in the books, so thanks for having me.
Yeah, we're just about there. And I'm very curious to know what you think of the Secretary of State, Jocelyn Benson. Should we have a national election? Should it all be managed by some big computer somewhere instead of state to state so that it's all sort of standardized?
Whether it's a computer or some genius or more likely some clown in Washington, D.C., running things federalized, the resounding answer is no. And I can't think of a more reckless and dangerous idea than putting the entire country on a federalized system. Here in Michigan, we've got a very decentralized system. And in many ways, it's maybe one of the better ways we do things because of that decentralization, it allows local officials to run their elections based on state law and then federal law, of course. But by decentralizing things, you contain problems in one certain area so that if it's identified, for instance, this last year in Antrim County, some numbers come out, they don't seem to match. You look at Antrim County to determine, okay, that's where the problem is. We get to the bottom of it, and problem solved. If we federalize things and everybody's based on the same system and we try to jam in things that may work for Portland, Oregon, in Missoula, Montana, it's just not going to work, and it's silly. And I'm really surprised that the Secretary of State of Michigan would be so in favor of handing so much power from Michigan over to the feds.
Is she speaking in just the presidential election, I presume, or not?
Anytime there's a federal election, so you're looking at pretty much all of our elections would be done based on these terrible ideas we find in HR1 or S1, the so-called and terribly misnamed For the People Act, that it mandates and compels certain things that are just foolish that no reasonable person would support, such as compelling states to allow felons to vote, undermining and doing away with many of our photo ID requirements for receiving a ballot and for voting. Any host of things that undermine the integrity and security of our elections when we should be going the other way and reassuring people that we take those concerns seriously.
Is that likely to happen, a federal-controlled presidential election?
I'm hopeful that the various U.S. senators, Democrats who have claimed that they are supportive of the filibuster, there's still a handful of them left with intellectual honesty that will stand by protecting the filibuster, even when it may, at least in the short term, advance their interest to do away with it. But I think there are some who have stood up and by protecting that filibuster and not allowing a tiny majority of, really the Senate's evenly divided. It's only a majority for Democrats because of the vice president's ability to break ties. So to foist such a terrible piece of legislation on people with a 51-50 vote would be really damaging, and hopefully those Democrats who have claimed they're protective of the filibuster will remain strong and continue to do that.
What do you make of the MRG poll that shows that 26% give the governor an A for her handling of the pandemic, 24%, just about the same amount, give her an F?
I think it just goes to show how deeply polarized we are as a state and as a country when it comes to our political leaders and the policies that they implement. And I think it's a hopeful sign that, although I can't imagine giving her an A, the fact that equal number of people think she's doing great and equal think she's doing terrible shows that there's a real opportunity for Republicans to take that feedback in 2022, provided there's a good candidate with good funding and the Republicans get behind them early and don't focus on the divisions within the Republican Party, but focus on defeating Democrats.
The former Senate Majority Leader and member of Congress Mike Bishop on the program here yesterday didn't rule out throwing his helmet in the ring for governor. What do you make of that candidacy?
Well, I welcome anybody who is looking at this race and encourage them to look at it seriously, determine what kind of work it would take, what kind of funding it would take, and work to put together a team and then go about telling their story to the people of Michigan about what they would do to turn the state back around, get us, working again, get us open, and move away from this kind of unilateral ridiculousness we've seen from this governor, not just in the last year related to the coronavirus, but her entire term. It's always been her way or the highway. And I think a lot of people, as you see in those numbers, are sick of that.
Did you watch President Biden's press conference yesterday?
I did not. I've seen some clips of it that don't inspire confidence in terms of his acuity and knowing what's going on, but I didn't spend a whole lot of time digging into it.
Okay. You can dig in with Tony Daunt. The Front Lines of Freedom comes out every Friday at the Michigan Freedom Fund. Just Google that and get it for free by signing up. And thank you very much. Please keep in close touch.
You bet. Have a great weekend.